This podcast, Hear Our Voice, is an opportunity for youth like me to get our voice out and heard to speak on real life topics.
Hey, if your children out here and they got everyday problems like my child has, we can actually discuss it on this platform. Hear Our Voice.
We're gonna have to decide. Don't make no excuses. Everybody been broke. Everybody got kids. Everybody lost hope. Everybody did bigs. It is what it is. We don't care about who you was. We don't care about what you did. We don't care about where you live. It just matter where you at. We don't care about.
What's up, H.O.V. family?
Hey, today we got a special one right now. Got a new host. Like I told y'all before, this is about the youth, so we actually turning this over to youth. And today's youth is Caden.
Call me K-Dog. You know. Hope you're having a blessed day. We're gonna talk about some questions throughout, like the younglings, like some kids that don't really get to talk too much. So you come on, call up. We'll get that set up for you and all that. So
yeah, okay,
ready?
there he is. Yeah, I'm ready. Are you ready?
Are you ready? That's
listen. You're the host, so I'm just on your show right now.
Yeah. On my show.
So I tell you what, today, like I said, it's a blessed day, and like every day, man, we just trying to inspire people to get them out here and get things going, get energy built up in people, and just motivated, man. The youth is taking over something new, and we just plan on having this a great freestyle moment. Today is doing it as a father step-in day. I am his step-in dad. This is my stepson. So what I'm doing is right now having a narrative about what step-in dads and what stepsons are going to talk about that y'all probably don't talk about or probably haven't heard. So we're going to give it to y'all, and hope y'all like it. So let's go, K. Dog. I'm sorry. Yes, sir.
Question. All right. Yeah, I got it off the top of my head. Let me get it up. Oh, yeah. How do you feel about being a stepdad?
How do I feel about being a stepdad? I feel first and foremost, I feel honored. I always feel honored because the thing you have to understand is that to step in as a dad, whether a child has a dad or not, when you stepping in, you're stepping into a territory that needs you, but don't understand it needs you yet, right? So it's a privilege to be stepping in a situation where you have to actually start molding something from a newness. And even though it's not a new birth and you didn't come out your mother's womb and I was like, here I am, the fact is it was more like it's a new life that started, So it's a privilege first and foremost to actually step in for you. And I love it, but I think it can be challenging though. It can be very challenging because you're not my biological son, it's challenging. I have my moments where, I want to whoop your tail. You know what I mean? And then there's times where I'm like, I know for the love of it you can, but at the same time, it makes us, it gives me patience to know how to do it in a different manner. Because when a child is really biologically not just your child, you really start to have different parameters of how you raise them. So you have to do it in a more charismatic way. When it's your child, you can just like, what'd you say? I better do what I say. It's like that. When you have a step-in child and you stepping in, it's more like, boy, you better look now. You play the games, So but it's all in all, it's a blessing though, man. It's definitely a blessing. Yeah, definitely a blessing. So how do you feel about me being your step-in dad? Like, what was that transition like in your mind? Like being a step-in dad, like coming in your life, like coming into your mom's life. Like, how was that for you?
So I didn't really think of it too much because you know how past has already been some people that tried to step up to the plate and end up falling off because they didn't have too much structure.
Wow. Okay,
Exactly.
go ahead. I'm listening.
Exactly, just like that.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, I didn't think too much of it because I didn't really think too much was going to happen. But seeing the work you put in to step up to the plate and what you went through to teach us and my mom, like y'all, little connection. I really felt like when I first looked at it, I didn't think too much of it. But the more it built up, I started to notice it more and more. And like, oh, it really is just that big. It's starting to get bigger than me. Like, I was like, let's say like your son, he growing up, he getting taller and taller. How is this like building up like this? We already know how your son gets taller and taller. But like, I didn't notice it was gonna be something this big. I didn't really think too much of it back then.
Okay, yeah. So you just thought I was laying my hat down in your mom's house for a minute, you know what I mean? Like that's what the old school players used to say. I'm gonna put my hat down here, But no, it was more. I'm gonna tell you, meeting your mom. It was a lot of people don't never know when you first meet, right? But I know in this time of my life, when we met at both at a kind of a breaking off season of our life from our past. So people would think, oh, hey, listen, hey, this person replaced this person, but it wasn't like that. It was more like we had just ran into each other. You know, you knew the day how it happened, and so when we met, it was a connection, but not a connection, because it was like we wasn't looking for nobody. We didn't really want to date like that. It was kind of like, oh, you cool, you cool, you know what I mean? And she would swear and tell you that the date wasn't the first date, but I'm gonna tell you, bro, the date was a date, right? I asked her to go to the movies. I said, you want to go? She said, yeah. So I said, all right, let's go. You know what I mean? I'll meet you there. But she said it was just a general conversation. I thought we was just being cool. So I think, like I said, when we met, we wasn't really set to do anything past it yet, to be honest. But what I did know is that once we started communicating and talking, I was like, you know, hold up. Because she's younger than me, I was like, you know, it's really something different. You know what I mean? It's something different. Now, I didn't hit like, bing, oh, she's the one. I didn't have, it was more like, it's different. And when I seen different, it intrigues me to say, okay, you know what? This worth me kind of finding out a little bit more, you know? And so coming into your life, it wasn't planned at all. It wasn't planned. If you would have asked me, I don't want to raise anybody kids. I didn't want to be a part of nobody else's life. I had issues with my own kids and the mother of my children, so I knew for a fact, I'm like, I don't want that again, you know, especially in that mind. But it really is, like I said, it's an honor because you see things. And I be having hope inside, and it made me feel good that you say you see it and you know, I be having hope inside that y'all do see it and y'all understand what I'm trying to do. And it's not because of me, because really by myself, I can't do it. I really go to God to figure out sometimes, how do I do this? There's no instruction manual to this. You know what I mean? There's no instruction manual to being a father, period. So then it's like, especially if you didn't have a father. So if you know my story, I didn't have a father. So to not have a father, to be a father, then to step in and be a father for children that I didn't father, you know what I mean? Like from birth, then it's like, it's even challenging. But I'm up for the task and I enjoy it though. I definitely enjoy it. You know, sometimes y'all try it. You know what I mean? You try it, but it's just the journey of it. And I thank God for, most importantly, that you actually take time sometimes to listen. Even when you mess up, you listen. You know what I mean? But when being that and being around, does it affect you sometimes when it's like, I'm not your dad, right? I'm not your father. So does it ever affect you that your real dad is not here with your mom? You know what I'm saying? Like, how does that affect you? You ever thought about that?
I never really looked at it in that type of way.
Okay.
Like, I thought it was cool, like, just to have somebody there. Not because a lot of people, when they think about a stepdad, they think about replacing the dads to get the dad out the picture,
right?
The father out the picture. Mm-hmm. It's really not like that at all. Did
at first you feel that way, or you feel that way now?
I feel that way now.
Okay, at first you felt
example of you,
right. Okay,
like, yeah, because back then I used to be, I want my father. Like, yeah.
Oh, you're like, you should. Everybody want my dad. Everybody want their father, and you have the right to. So it's never a replacement of it. It's a bonus addition. So like, it's like with your sister, which is my daughter. It's like she's your bonus sister. We're a bonus. We're added on. And so when you look at it in a better way and not like somebody's taken away, now you have two men that you can look at and say, hey, I got the best of both worlds. There's some people out here didn't have one. You know, so I think that's a honorable thing, the way how you look at things. Like, and I wish a lot more young guys look at it too, like way from, you know, me from their step in their situation. Because it's seriously, no lie. And for me, you know, me, you ain't my father. You ain't saying nothing to me. And I want to say that, you know, you wanted to say that, but then it's like certain habits, certain things that people are bringing, a certain structure. You know what I mean? Do you feel like it's the structure that I bring? Do you feel like it's kind of like lieutenant-ish, like sergeant-ish? Do you feel like?
I always thought about that as well, and I was like, this is coming from a place. No, hold up. This is for a purpose.
Okay.
It's never just to be. It's for a purpose, because I remember every time you would tell me, you're not hard on me just to be hard on me. You're hard on me just to, like, let me know how the world is gonna be when I get older. It's not gonna be would you like an iced cup of tea with your like? No, it's not gonna be like that. So I'm like, I have to understand that this way I'm being like, what I say,
molded.
Yes, it's not just to be hard on like your kid or whatever. It's just to help them understand the meaning of like life.
Oh,
help them learn more, because like in here in the household, it's a safe place, but out there in the world, it's no place for a kid that didn't grow up with like. I mean, it's okay because they will learn. Some people, but it just ain't no place. There ain't no safe place.
Okay, I think that's a big way to look at it. I think like if a lot more kids, what would you say to a child right now, a teenager? Because you're what now? How old you now?
13.
13 years old. Okay, Caden is 13 years old. What would you say to the 13-year-old of today's time if they're in the same position where a new guy stepped into the place and he's a good man? He's trying to be there. He's not beating the parent up, your mother up. He's not abusing y'all. He's not treating y'all wrong. He's feeding y'all. He's helping y'all. What advice would you give them?
I would say embrace it, because there are a lot of kids that be like, I want my father, I want this, I want that, but what is like your other parent doing to really be there for you? I'm not saying they're not doing nothing. They could have a struggle and have it in silence, but like you gonna like what you have. You gonna have to, because that's what you gonna have to stick with. You want to embrace that, because that is a real. Because some kids, they don't have fathers, and some kids, they don't even have mothers to have the stepfather come in. Exactly. They have foster, and they want any type of father figure, grandfather, uncle, or older brother, anything like that. You gotta accept it, because if you don't, they can teach you a lot of things, a lot. Because the things I know to this day, I got most of it from you.
Oh, man.
I got a few things from you. You know?
Hey, this is not scripted. I appreciate you. About to make a tear come to my eye. I thank you. I thank you. And here I am thinking that I'm going to have to WWE you like sometime, because you just, you got to talk to y'all. I mean, but it's, like I said, it's a good thing, because without you saying it, sometimes I get to see it. I see what you do. And I say, okay, he's listening. All right. I got you. It's like the talk we said today about going out. You was like, can I go to the store? I'm like, it's not the thing about we don't think you can go to the store by yourself. I believe that you're aware, you know what I mean, what's going on around you. You stay focused. But then it's the thing about, okay, it's what you don't show on a regular of saying, hey, I'm responsible, Mom. I'm responsible, Mr. Terrell. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing, you know. And I think if you show, and like I told you before, if you show that more, y'all responsibility of y'all age on a daily basis, and do the things without us having to tell y'all, like, what's the worst thing what's one of the things you hate that we tell you to do?
I just really dislike the dishes. I know it's not night. I could go a whole year without having to do the dishes, and I'll still be mad if I have to. I'll be like, I have to do the dishes, like, for real. Like, I can have a whole break, and I still just don't want to do them, even if.
Okay. What is it about the dishes? I'm just saying, like, what does it make you feel? Like, does it feel slavery? Does it feel like...
I'm over there like, Massa, please, no. I gotta get it scrubbed. Like, I can't sit up there and juice up this. It's not really ever been my thing. I can take out the trash. I really like to take out the trash. I can run. I can that's what really get my athleticness from. I'm literally just running back and forth.
Right.
Real fast. I get timed and all that. Running is really my thing. That's why I really think about running track.
Okay, all right. Now talking about track then. Okay, let's just talk about track. So y'all have like a week or two coming up for school. Are you ready for that?
I mean, I know I got it, because the last little part of 7th grade, that was easy.
Okay.
Because I had more knowledge to get through that work. Because back in Baltimore, they will give us the knowledge, but they'll just think of like a faucet when it comes down straight. That's the good knowledge. When it comes down straight, go straight down. Mm-hmm. But the little type that be like splashing everywhere. What are you doing? I need to get all this going straight to my brain, not like going over there. Oh, I gotta catch that. Oh, I can't miss that. And I gotta I'm.
So you feel like Baltimore school system? It was more like it was everywhere. It wasn't
Yes.
like structured.
Basically, catch what you keep.
Oh,
Like fishing.
okay.
Like, all right, I
Okay.
gotta get that one. I gotta get the good one.
Okay.
What fish am I getting?
All
Oh,
right.
dang, look at that. Just some random 2 + 2. What is this? Like, just some just
Understand that.
direct.
Yeah,
Like,
that's good. I mean, I wish that we could have. And I didn't grow up in a school system that was that great either. I went to Forest Park High School, and it was what it was. We appreciate it, but one thing I can say it did for us, it taught us how to be loyal in a group setting. It was a small school, so it was a group setting, and it was all love. We really like spread love, support each other. But when it came down to like learning, I wasn't the one to stay in class. I was hooking. I ain't gonna lie, I was hooking school, hooking class, and it was only because, like you said, it's that thing of an attention span of I feel like I'm beyond this, and like. I went to a school. I got sent away to Pittsburgh for 3 years. I went to a school in Pittsburgh, and when I seen their schools up there compared to the schools here, I mean, in Baltimore, I was like, man, I don't know. Am I in D.C.? I remember asking my grandma, where am I? Am I in D.C.? She was like, she called the school. Is he in D.C.? And I was like, they was like, no, we just don't know where his level at, because he's coming from out of state. But when they had to do a testing, I scored high. I mean, I scored high. I took up three languages fluently. I knew how to speak German, French, and Spanish fluently, and German was it. I love German. Now I only know like 3 words, like Guten Morgen, Guten Abend, Guten Nacht. That's good morning, good night, and good evening. That was it. That's all I remember now. But it was something that I knew. So when I came back, I was like, "What are y'all teaching me?" So I understand that thing, and it's sad that we had that in Baltimore, but at the same time, it's a good thing that now you're able to have it out. So you have the best of both worlds. What is your appreciation of that, though?
of like,
Being in Baltimore school and being in Texas school.
I say in Baltimore, it was more real. Like, that wasn't like the easy stage of life.
Okay.
I learned from it.
Okay.
I learned like from where I grew up. I knew a lot of things because I usually store a lot of memories up here.
Okay.
And in the school, I learned from it. I was like, so this how y'all do it. Okay. So, like, but down in Texas, the schools, they are really nice. You really don't have to worry about too much.
Okay.
Like, unless you're really trying to fail, you really can't fail like that. If you do work, you will get graded. They will grade your stuff, guaranteed. Because down in Baltimore, remember, there's this one teacher, I forgot her name. She was a science teacher. She didn't grade work. She lived. I'm telling you, every kid. You can ask any kid that had her class.
She didn't grade your work at all?
She would not. She'd be like, "Okay, honey, I just graded it." I remember it was so funny. It was I had an engineering class. It was so funny. My friend, because she was a sub, and my friend went up to her. He was like, "Can you grade this?" She was like, "Okay, honey, I just graded it." He came back. He was like, "What? She didn't even grade nothing." I'm like, "Yeah, she was."
Man, substitute teachers don't get paid that much, bro.
That's the thing. She was a real teacher.
I thought you
she
said
substitute for another class.
Oh, okay.
I asked. Like, you can ask any person that has her class. She will not grade as much. Like, she'll slack so hard.
So what about in school? What do you think is the distractions of school and, like, of today's time? Like, what do you think you fall short at in school? Just school, period. What is the distraction that you found yourself? Because in now going into what grade is it again? The 8th grade now. So going into the 8th grade, this is when the things come out about sex more, the peer pressure of smoking weed, the peer pressure of hooking school, not doing good in school. What is it today that's really the peer pressure that you see most kids going through, including yourself? What have you been through that you almost slipped on?
I say just not doing school, period. Like, I was just like, back in Baltimore, not in Texas. Texas, I took that opportunity.
Okay.
Took it. I was big, real good. But in Baltimore, I wouldn't really be on top of my work like that. I would not. Like, that's something I wouldn't do. I hang around people that usually didn't do it as well. And it just wasn't too good for me back in 6th grade and like half of 7th grade. So 6th grade was a little lucky. 7th grade, I learned from it. I was like, all right, I'm in a new school, so I really got to get it together, because if I don't, I'm not trying to repeat the 7th grade nor go to summer school. Because this whole summer, I'm so happy I passed, because this whole summer, I went home to see my family. I saw a family I haven't saw in a while. Oh, a little shout out to my cousin Sin. Day one, I'm telling you, I know him since I was born.
You're like Jesus and Moses, huh? He said, I knew when he was born.
When we reunited after like 3-4 years, I walked up to him. It was a dab, like we never left.
Okay.
Like we knew it, like we seen each other since
That's
yesterday.
the connection. That's a dope connection.
They're like,
that's a dope connection.
And then we didn't even have to get cool with each other. We already knew how we was. I was like, so after the dab, I was just chilling. I was like, I would have slapped him on the back of his neck. Not so hard. I was just like, boom. He was like, I didn't have to warm up to him.
Right now, it looked like you just having memories right now. I'm watching your face. You're super excited about it. Like, are you going back in that moment right now?
I'm going back to the moment.
So let's ask this question about like school as far as like, what about the female? What about girls? What do you find yourself in? Have you found yourself in a position with girls where it's like kind of you feel trapped? You felt that it was peer pressure to do more than what you wanted, sex, what?
Y'all need to watch out. I'm telling you, them girls, watch out, because they can look all nice on the outside, but once you get up close on the inside, they're a whole nother person. They really start messing up once y'all start dating. You can ask my cousin Devon. He was messing with somebody. They wanted to start messing up all of a sudden when they got dating. And I'm like, what do you mean? I thought we was, remember the friendship we had when we was best friends? And cool. How did that change as soon as we started dating? If you really had other things going on, another thing, you have to be ready in these relationships. Or if you're not ready, do not be in a relationship, period. Because if you got other things going on inside a relationship and it's real bad, you can't like start a relationship because it's going to really affect. Like, I met this one person, they had like problems of their own about taking stuff here from other people and then guttering it out everywhere else. They were not ready. Some people don't know how to let go of past people that they already been in relationships with. I'm telling you, I've been through a lot. Like,
you hear him, folks? He's been through a lot.
I'm telling you, I think like
it's like a little grown man right now. So
I think I really 15 relationships, lifetime. 15.
Okay.
I'm telling you, each and every one there was already a problem. Life was good. Life was good back then. You ain't had to worry about nothing. I just that girls, they just wanted the new mans and all that, and the mans was cool. They was cool what they had, but like I ain't saying it's all girls.
So do you think? Okay, so ask you a question. So with the girls, what is the one thing that you're not attracted to that most guys your age are attracted to?
You anger issues with me? I don't like toxic. I don't like when girls be toxic. What do you? I like love is love. You don't hear a toxic in love. When it comes with love, I love you. There's no toxic hiding behind the letters or nothing like, okay, we toxic. We don't like, no.
So hold on. So you use the word love. Okay. What is your definition of love at the age of 13?
It's never just, how can I say this? Because I'm being real with the people, right?
Yeah, we being real.
I'm telling you. Just because you get little pictures of your girl and she was showing a little bit of her cake, whatever, showing a little bit of that's not love. That's just because that's not love. Love, it's really, to me, it's an unexplainable type feeling.
Right.
It's like you can't really explain love. And another thing, love does not have an expiration date. If it's love, it's meant to be. I'm telling you. Love does not have an expiration date.
Okay.
It really doesn't.
So I ask you a question when it comes down to this, right? All right, so your girlfriend that you had, your last one, just having her, okay, what is it that you saw? Is there anything you saw in her or in any female that you look for now that you see in your mother? What is something that you like about your mother that you use as a foundation to say, my mother does this and this is the foundation? Like, because your mother and your dad are the examples before you go in the world of what it is. The man is supposed to see how to be a man. The woman is supposed to show you how to look for the woman that you want, right? So what is the good thing first? Let's start with the good thing. What is the good thing that you know about your mother that you say, okay, I'm going to take this and I'm going to actually like look for this in a female?
I say you really have to be hard. I say you gotta work hard, like school wise. No cutting class, going out in the hallways, messing around with your homegirls, going to the bathroom, TikTok, renegade. No, I say, you really don't want to look for somebody. I'm saying they probably are good people that like sometimes not saying cut class, but like go out to the bathroom hang with their friends because they have a good like enjoying basically like enjoying
the
life.
moment. Mm-hmm.
Yes, enjoying the moment while they have it because you know how they be when school about to end. Oh my gosh, that's right. That's right. I ain't gonna see you until like y'all see each other for like over the summer. But like I said, it's like hard working. You like get your work done.
So that's what reminds you of your mother, a hard worker. That's something that you look at and say, you know what, this is about my mom that I love, that I'm gonna look for when I see her.
Yes, hard working, and my mom is beyond smart. When I say we did a multiplication test, you was in there. You lost, by the way.
I did lose. Mama, I suck. Your mother whooped my tail. I listen to you. My wife is smart.
I'm telling
She's definitely smart.
Yes, every card she knew the answer. It was every card. We could, even the upper half that was challenged with me, Mackenzie, and Amir. Yeah, all the sisters.
Okay.
Sisters. Yeah. She knew a little portion of cards too, and that got me thinking. I want to study these. I want to be able to do this. Right. Like, I just want like a hardworking type of woman. Like,
okay.
We both in the household. We both are working. It's not just one.
Okay, so now I'm talking about your age level. We're just saying y'all both are like doing y'all schoolwork. Like you want somebody to like, let's go to the park and do our schoolwork. No. Okay. What do you want?
Do your schoolwork in school.
Okay.
If it's schoolwork
so
outside
after
of school, yes. If it's schoolwork outside of school that we have to do, then yeah, yes. But like.
So what features do you look for? Is there specific features that you look for in a girl? Be honest. We're being real with the people. What is this? What is that type of female like? Is it enticing? Today's society is about females and women. So you got a woman now who is teaching females now, and they shaking, they twerking, they having their thing. So they doing all this right. All right. When you see that, how does that make you feel? Do you get enticed? Or is it like what is your real thing? Is that what you want?
When I'm looking at it, like I'm looking at it for first sight, but when you really look at them, the more you look at it, it's like you're looking at it from like I would say a third person view, but you really need to look at it from a first person because like, how is this helping you? How are you going? Like, what if like whatever you doing? Let's say it stopped being as popular. Like, what else? Like, what then? Like, you really just what I'm trying to say is you just gotta look at it in the first person type of view. Like,
okay. So, have any of your friends tried to, like, in school, out of school, have any of your friends tried to manipulate you to do drugs?
No.
None?
None.
Do you have any urges to do drugs? Anything?
No.
You thought about it?
None.
What do they do in school now? What they like? I heard they do something in the bathroom, something vaping or something, right? Is it vaping now they doing?
Yes.
I'm not familiar, but I try to be familiar. But just to keep on point, it's vaping now. So when they doing a vaping, what stops you from not doing it, enjoying it?
Sometimes, I actually have to think about my lungs.
Oh, good job.
Because I remember back then, I was like, no nicotine, I'm cool with it. But now, I'm like, I'm going to go into athletics. I can't do that.
Okay, that's a good way to look at it.
You like if you about to start, even if you're not in athletics, you want to be able to still
and breathe.
Yes, you don't want to have lung problems, none of that. Because when you really think about it in the long term, you think about it in the short term. Oh, what's up, girl? Oh, you got to charge your phone? No, my vape. No.
All right, so she plugging the charger in the vape, but not the phone now. Okay. All right. Well, so it's the thing is, do you think it's hard to pull away from society's like temptation? The average 13-year-old.
I really feel like it depends on home. Like,
good job. That was good answer.
Not just depending on how friends, but depending on what's going on in the household. If you came from a good household, there wasn't so much. You shouldn't be peer pressured. You shouldn't have a reason. You shouldn't have a single reason. I see some kids, they act so gangster now, but you come to school with good shoes. You're a real athletic kid, and you're acting like you was born in the streets, born on the alleyway.
So that's today's peer pressure, though. Like, do you see a lot of people doing that now, where they act like I've seen people, the young kids, they throwing up gang signs, never seen it. Their fingers, you don't understand. Like, go ahead.
That's another thing. Oh my gosh, so many kids. There's a lot of them. Like a lot of kids. I don't say too much to the youngins. Like I say, the only thing you really want to see, like a little gangster throwing up whatever kid, I say the age that you really won't see it and under is about 9. 10, 11, 12, and above. Like 9, and that's actually kind of sad because the fact that you're 10 years old and you're listening to like certain things and getting this type of energy, yeah.
So energy of that. So rap music has been a moving thing in life right now. Do you listen to a lot of like trap music? It's to trap music. You listen to a lot of trap music?
Yes.
Okay, what do you get out of it when you listen to it?
I really feel good about myself. I don't know if y'all see it. I don't know because some people they feel they see that, but I just feel like I feel more good about myself. Like I see myself as a bigger person. I know you probably wouldn't expect it. You hear rap music and you think sometimes when it's that type, I don't listen to the baddest rap music. I don't listen to like people that literally just talk about shooting guns and all that. Like Lil Baby. He doesn't just talk about shooting guns, spinning about. Right. You really have to listen to the lyrics.
He talks about a story. He does a storyline of what it is.
Yes.
And he tells, and listen, it will be, because I'm no longer in my hoods, I would be fake if I say, you know what, you shouldn't listen to them because I didn't listen to, and I know I did. So back when it was DMX was my thing. So DMX, the Locks, Jay-Z was cool, but the thing about it is I love storytellers. I love people who told stories that relate to me. That's why I ask people when they listen to these rappers, how does it relate to your life? If it relates to your life, then I understand more why you listen to it. But if you have not listened, you haven't shot a gun, you haven't been to jail, you haven't, you don't pop Molly, you don't pop pills. It's that. So how does it actually go with you? Is it the beat? Because sometimes but see, the industry catch you with that beat, and that's the thing where though. It's like we're us believers, and being a believer of Christ,
everybody been broke, everybody got kids, everybody lost hope, everybody did big, it is what it is. We don't care about who you was, we don't care about what you did, we don't care about where you live, it just matter where you at, we don't care about who you is.